What happens when you put something edible in front of an animal that's hungry? The natural inclination would be to devour the tasty treat as quickly as possible. But there are some animals who take the time to enjoy their food. Check out this compilation of 15 displeasing moments of animals eating their prey alive. Number 15. Wildebeest eaten alive by hyenas. When it comes to food, hyenas have no mercy. While the wildebeest is still alive, this hyena is tearing chunks of meat from its body. The hyena infiltrates the wildebeest's body with its snout and enjoys every minute of it. The wildebeest has already a few broken legs and can hardly stand. It's painful to watch as the hyena flanks it and rips out its hind leg. The wildebeest is then disemboweled and eaten. I never imagined seeing anything like this in my lifetime. In this video, a large cackle of hyenas tackles and eats a wildebeest, demonstrating their efficiency. In these clips, you can see that hyenas do not discriminate and will eat whatever is on the menu. They aren't concerned about the price, whether it is on sale or not. They simply eat it. Number 14. Mink eating rabbits. This rabbit was strolling down this lovely winter road when it was ambushed by a maniacal mink. The mink tries to hold on to the larger rabbit, but the rabbit fights back and escapes for a moment. But the mink is not about to give up on such a tasty meal. The mink bites the rabbit and tries to choke it, but the fluffy bunny is tough. However, it can only withstand the mink's constant biting for so long before succumbing to the attack. This mink is teaching this rabbit a lesson in the art of war, and the rabbit not having any of it. It's trying to flee and run for its life, but the water weasel is holding on tight, very tight. If you look closely, you can see the mink suffocating the rabbit in the same way big cats kill their prey, and you can see the rabbit slowly dying in the grasp of the small fury predator. The mink then drags the bunny to a more secure and discreet location to eat it. Because the rabbit is quite large, the mink has a lot of work to do. It's obvious that rabbits can't defend themselves against minks, and this video proves it. Another mink drags its prey back to its dens so it can eat in peace. Size doesn't matter at all in this situation. Number 13. Polar eating seal. A harp seal has been captured by this polar bear. Harp seal pups are born in the ice, and their mothers use their scent to distinguish their offspring from the crowd. The young seal's snowy white coats are well-known polar bears. I'm sure enjoy them as well. The seal was dragged up onto a piece of glacial ice by the polar bear. The glacier can be seen in the background. The footage was shot near Devon Island, which is located off the coast of Baffin Bay in Navid, Canada. When a polar bear sees a seal coming up for air, it goes down on all fours, carefully placing each paw on the ice to remain silent. The bear then makes a shallow dive through the hole, grabbing the seal with its claws. Those razor-sharp 2-inch claws firmly grip the seal. A polar bear captures a harp seal and begins to eat it while the seal is still alive, a rare occurrence. This is a difficult video to watch, but it offers a rare glimpse into the life of the Arctic's top predator. When an animal is hungry, it doesn't think about adequate and being polite. It just wants to eat. In this video, you can see a polar bear casually approaching a seal and snatching it, then walking away with the seal clamped in its mouth. Number 12. Tiger eating cow alive. Tigers will hunt anything they can get their paws on, so if they come across a herd of cows, they will attack them. These cows are on their way back to the city to do some shopping when a tiger ambushes and kills the last cow. Another cow approaching the area notices what's going on and forgets about going shopping. On this day, tigers will hunt anything they can get their paws on, so if they come across a herd of cows, they will take a shot at them, as evidenced by the clips below, which shows how tigers deal with large cows. They are extremely powerful and can capture large animals without a problem. Because tigers are lone hunters, having so many tigers in the same place can only mean one thing. It's time for lunch at the tiger resorts. Number 11. Wild dogs. This clip depicts a successful hunt for a female water book at Jones Dam in Kruger National Park by a pack of roughly 25 wild dogs. This band of wild dogs attempted to trap a female water book, but she was able to hide behind a shrub and keep the pack at bay until they lost interest and moved on to easier prey. On both occasions, the water buck dashed down to Jones's Dam, most likely in search of water to drink. The second victim tried the same thing, but she was not so lucky, and both her and her unborn calf were pulled down and consumed in a matter of seconds. All part of nature in Kruger National Park on a regular basis. A warhog's den is being raided by these wild dogs. The warhog pleads for a warrant, but the wild dogs inform him he's on their most wanted list. Therefore, they don't need one and they would drag him out of the den with sheer force. They accuse him of being alive and impose a death sentence on him. The miserable warhog is brought to the ground, where it is devoured by the jury. These two wild dogs hang on to this impala that tries to get away, but the dogs are resilient and hold on tight. The dogs keep pulling on the impala's legs and stomach, tearing out flesh as the impala's intestines fall out of its stomach. The animal falls to the ground, but it's still alive. The rest of the pack joins the feast, and it's all over it in minutes. Number 10. Lions. Unfortunately, wildlife is put under a lot of stress during droughts, when the water they called home dried up. This hippo cow and her calf were likely forced to move. The cow appeared exhausted, and she had most likely spent a long period traveling a long distance in search of a new water source. Although hippos are fearsome and destructive, their lack of access to water makes them vulnerable in times of crisis. You can tell the mother hippo has no energy at all to even bother with the lions, and it's a free-for-all. For the lions, it's just a matter of the big cats taking the hippo down and enjoying their meal that will keep them full for some time to come. A male lion decides to pay a warhawk a visit at home. He figures if the warhawk doesn't come to him, he may as well go to the warhawk. After a little digging, the lion has no trouble pulling the warhawk out from his dad and eating it. Number 9. Hyenas. This cackle of hyenas has decided to target a buffalo calf, a much easier prey than its monstrous mother. A few hyenas tackle the calf, and although it's young and small compared to an adult buffalo, it's still resisting the attack, but only momentarily until the rest of the cackle arrives and helps tear the calf apart. This ailing hippo has given up on life, and it's to the hyena's benefit. When these hyenas bite into the hippo, it is battered, hurt, or sick, and it barely moves. The hippo tries to get into the water, but the hyena continues to slaughter the hippo. The hippo is unfazed and continues to take the beating for a few more seconds before moving deeper into the water, where the hyena refuses to go, but will eventually. These hyenas hunt the wildebeest and take it down. The hyenas begin to bite chunks of meat from the wildebeest's body, and eventually, when the rest of the clan arrives, they gobble up the animal in minutes. Number 8. Hippos. Hippos cling a crocodile around in this video as if a crocodile were a rock star who jumped from the stage onto the hippos for their entertainment. The only issue is that I doubt this crocodile will ever return to the stage again. This crocodile is in a difficult place, and I don't think it will be able to get out unless an army of Crocodile Palace comes to aid. And even then, I doubt they'll be able to frighten away all these hippos. This next video is not easy to look at. When a large hippo decides to kill a hippocalf, it takes the calf in its mouth and crushes it with its powerful jaws, swinging it left and right before drowning, and how cruel nature can be sometimes. Number 7. Coyotes. This coyote has captured a deer in the snow, and it looks like it has things under control, but it doesn't. The deer is quite big, and it manages to get up after struggling for a while and even confronts the coyote. Magpies begin to circle above as if they're excited by all the action. It looks like the deer got away, but the camera is so unstable it's hard to tell. This coyote is tearing through this deer while it's still alive. The deer remains stoic as if it's enjoying the scenery. While the coyote is ripping through its body, coyote shoves its head into the deer's open wound and digs for whatever it can find. These 3 coyotes are chasing a mule deer buck in the open field. The buck is equipped with large antlers, so the coyotes must be careful they work the deer like experts and take it down. This coyote is chewing on a squirrel. He is well known in the area, and people are asked not to feed him because he's quite capable of feeding himself, as you can well see in the video. Number 6. Turkey. This turkey finds what appears to be a snake in the middle of the road. The snake isn't quite dead yet, but it won't be long before it is. The turkey appears to be having a good time, and boy, is he giving the snake the ride of his life. With a gopher snake, this female received more than she bargained for. The puffed up male turkey, who couldn't care less about the snake or the female's predicament, is even funnier. This turkey kills a rattlesnake and begins to eat it in chunks. I had no idea turkeys could kill snakes so easily and loved eating them. Another turkey feasts on a snake in some sort of green space, and the snake isn't doing anything about it. He's probably dead by now. Number 5. Fennec fox. This horned snake is trying to find a safe place to hide. A fierce enemy appears to have seen the snake. Despite his meek appearance, the fennec fox is considered one of the fiercest predators in these barren deserts. As soon as he sees the snake, he plans his strategy. His lightweight and quick reflexes make him a fierce opponent for the snake. The fox tries to bite the snake directly on the head, but the margin of error is very small. Any wrong movement means certain death. The snake desperately tries to keep up with the fox, and directing his bite would turn the tide of the battle. But the fox is too quick, A snake is not just food, but a struggle between these two is a struggle for survival. Here is a fan fox hunting a much smaller prey, but it's still a scorpion. Fox seems to have mastered the art of attacking dangerous prey like snakes and scorpions. And this scorpion knows it, so it hides between the tall grass. Fox pulls it out of there and continues biting it, making sure it doesn't get stung. After breaking the scorpion's tail, the fox can relax and eat the rest of the scorpion without any worries. Number 4. Bears. This video begins with the bear about to find the elk calf. It appears to be following a scent that detects in the grass with its nose. The elk calf is on the other side of the bridge where the bear runs. Once it has dragged the calf up the hill, it rests under a tree of refuel. That's when it begins to eat the small elk alive. This grizzly bear has captured an elk calf and begins to dice and slice it while the animal is still alive. Spotting bears while on a wildlife adventure is always a memorable and exhilarating experience. It's difficult for anyone to watch this play out, even though it's a healthy and normal occurrence. This black bear digs into an elk on the side of a road under the watchful eyes of another bear, and I'm surprised the mother bear doesn't challenge the black bear for the kill. It's much bigger than the black bear, but she doesn't move. When her cub sits at the table, the black bear doesn't react. And that's when Mama takes a whiff of the elk, but still doesn't eat. I guess she's letting the two younger bears eat first. Perhaps the black bear, his or her adopted son. Another bear and her cub have captured an elk on the side of a road, but the elk is still trying to free itself. The bears don't seem to care and continue eating the yelp while it's still alive. Number 3. Dogs versus hyena. These two dogs appear to be candles, and they are mangling a hyena. The candle's jaws are incredibly strong with a bite force of 734 psi, which is almost unbelievable. These dogs were bred in Turkey to protect sheep and other livestock from larger predators, and they're masters at doing so. If this hyena led us to tell its story, it will never forget how fierce these dogs can be. Another group of aggressive dogs attack a hyena. The dog's owner holds a stick in the hyena's mouth while the dogs bite the scavenger. The hyena attempts to escape by running down the mountain, but the dogs follow and gang up on it again. Even the owner joins the fight and hits the hyena over the head. Number 2. Lion versus warthog. On their first day, after checking into their lodge, wildlife enthusiasts set out for the first game drive. They saw some predators but few had the energy to even move a limb. The next day held some exciting events like a lion charging at a zebra or the multiple leopards they saw. The highlight of the day had to be the lioness taking down a small warthog after charging at an entire family. The pig could not have been over a few months old. This was a first for everyone in the vehicle. These lions have killed a warthog, and they are tearing it apart in a matter of seconds. It's not a very big warthog. Hence, for so many lions, it may just be an appetizer to something a lot bigger they may catch later on during the day. This male lion looks so caring with his little piglet, but it's just a matter of time before the big feline puts the tiny fella on his frying pan. The piglet asks the lion to adopt him instead. He promises to be a good boy, but the lion has more important issues to take care of, and one of them is making sure the little piglet isn't overcooked. Number 1. Kingfisher eating wooden kingfishers. In contrast to most kingfishers, do not feed exclusively on fish. Pests such as insects and scorpions are on the menu as well. As you can see in this video, a wooden kingfisher has already removed the scorpion stinger, is now feasting on his meal. Some predators are specialists when it comes to hunting dangerous prey such as a scorpion. This kingfisher has caught an extremely tiny lizard, but for a bird the size, the lizard is perfect. It should keep the bird filled up for the rest of the day. Killer kingfishers prey on their prey with brutality. This couple of badasses builds a nest in a tree on a residential property. Every year, lizards, small birds, and other small mammals are slaughtered to satisfy the appetites of their ravenous offspring. It is common for the kingfishers to smash their prey against this utility pole before flying back to their nest to feed their young. An ornate skink, an endemic New Zealand lizard, is being fed to the young by the male. I guess it's not always the biggest animals which are the most aggressive ones. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and let us know in the comments what you think. Check out our other videos and subscribe to be part of the fun. Click on the notification icon so you can see our new videos as soon as they are uploaded. That's it for now.